Tonight, for the first time in U.S. history, the House has voted to oust the Speaker, Kevin McCarthy.
We are witnessing a historic moment for the first time in more than 100 years since it was.
The yeas are 216. The nays are 210. The resolution is adopted. The office of Speaker of the House of the United States House of Representatives is hereby declared vacant.
It's over. Kevin McCarthy has been ousted as Speaker. The House taking away his...
Hey everybody, thank you so much for checking the channel out. My name is Agabus. This is your financial education channel. Today we're going to touch a little bit into politics. Not a fun one, but I think it's interesting to see what happened in the last week regarding the government shutdown and the recent McCarthy ousting. We're going to go now today to NBC News and go into the past from a couple of days ago to take a look at this funding bill, which sounds like it may have led to McCarthy ousting. NBC News says House passes 45-day funding bill, likely avoiding a government shutdown. The bill would keep the government open for another 45 days if signed into law by President Joe Biden. This article is from September 30th, just last week. Washington, with just hours to spare. House Republicans and Democrats on Saturday struck a surprise deal to fund the government and avert a shutdown that would have inflicted economic pain on millions of American families. The House voted overwhelmingly on a bipartisan basis, 335 to 91, for a short-term funding bill. Kevin McCarthy said it was tough, but we did get it through. The bill now heads to the Senate, where lawmakers there say they will not object to a speedy vote. That vote is expected to take place in the next few hours after Senate Democrats meet. The bill would keep the government open for another 45 days if signed into law, and will buy more time for the House and Senate to finish their fuller funding legislations. The stunning deal, this is the interesting part, the stunning deal came together after McCarthy reversed course and put a so-called clean 45-day CR on the floor, with billions in disaster aid, but none for the new Ukraine aid in a separate Senate deal, after insisting for days that any short-term funding bill would need to include deep spending cuts and tougher border security. By putting a clean bill on the floor, McCarthy dared Democrats to vote against it and shut down the government. Well, as we all know, the government was able to avoid this government shutdown. But the interesting part of this article, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, McCarthy's bold decision now raises another critical question. What will it mean for his political future? Again, this article is just from last week. Now we go over to Time Magazine. This is as of yesterday. For the first time in U.S. history, a motion to vacate the Speaker of the House has succeeded, with the chamber's Democrats shrugging as a small group of mostly far-right Republicans provided the crucial votes to oust Republican Speaker Kevin McCarthy. Even though the effort to oust McCarthy was instigated by Republicans, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries urged House Democrats to join them in voting against the Speaker. And it is now the responsibility of the GOP members to end the House Republican civil war. Given their unwillingness to break from MAGA extremism in an authentic and comprehensive manner, House Democratic leadership will vote yes on the pending Republican motion to vacate the chair. Moving over to NPR News, 4 takeaways from the historic ousting of House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. Number 1, we're in uncharted territory. This has not happened quite yet in the history of the U.S., so a little bit of speculation what might take place next. Number 2, the Republican Party didn't plan for this. As mentioned not too long ago in the NBC article, this may have been changed due to the recent government shutdown spending bill that took place. The Democrats chose not to save McCarthy. Most of them all voted along partisan lines. The Democrats and a handful of Republicans voted to oust McCarthy. And in the meantime, the House might start to grind to a halt. For now, business in the House will come to a standstill. North Carolina Rep. Patrick McHenry has been named Speaker pro tempore, the interim Speaker in the meantime. And lastly, just a few other items here to touch base on. McCarthy was only the Speaker for 269 days and looked like a very close vote, 216 to 210. Usually won't get too much into politics, but with this event taking place as a historic one, just thought I'd quickly cover it. Seems to be all over the news, so if you haven't been following what's going on, hopefully I can put some of the pieces together for you. We'll come back tomorrow with another financial education episode, but thank you so much for watching. As always, stay inquisitive, stay informed, stay subscribed, And if you like what you saw, make sure to like button below and comment. Any comments or your 2 cents below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.